Have you ever felt like giving up when something broke in your life? A project failed, maybe a system collapsed, or a team disappointed you, or maybe your own confidence shattered quietly inside? What if I told you the broken moment is not a setback? It is an invitation to practice something ancient, something powerful, something deeply rooted in Indian knowledge systems. What is work? It is a way to earn money, a means to survive, a ladder to status, or is it something deeper? In today's fast moving world, work is often reduced to numbers, such that targets, promotions, profits, and visibility. But Indian wisdom offers a radically different vision. Work is not merely employment, work is dharma in action, work is karma yoga. Today, let me tell you a story about a weaver, a broken loom, and a lesson powerful enough to transform how we see our careers, leadership, and daily effort. In a quiet village surrounded by mustard fields and mud houses lived a weaver named Devappa in ancient India. His house was modest, his clothes were simple, but his cloth was extraordinary. Every morning before sunrise, he would light a small oil lamp and sit before his loom. The rhythmic sound of wood and thread filled the air. Tuck, 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 tuck. Children grew up hearing that sound. Farmers rested to that sound. The village marketplace flourished because of that sound. Weaving was not just Devappa's job, it was his identity, his offering. He believed something his grandfather had once told him: Beta, when you weave, do not just make cloth, weave responsibility, weave patience, weave prayer into thread. Devappa never fully understood those words as a child until one morning. One morning, as the sun rose orange over the fields, Devappa sat before his loom. He pulled the thread. Crack! The wooden beam snapped. The loom collapsed. Threads tangled. The structure weakened and production stopped. For a moment, silence. His entire livelihood rested on that loom. Neighbors gathered. One of them, named Raghav, ambitious, sharp, always looking for profit, shook his head. This is a sign, Raghav said. You are stuck in old ways, but a new loom, or better, leave this outdated craft. The city offers faster money. Devappa examined the broken beam. He could have taken a loan, abandoned weaving, blamed fate, complained about destiny, but instead he quietly picked up his tools. He began repairing, thread by thread, joint by joint, patiently. That day he produced barely half his usual cloth. People whispered, he is slow, he lacks ambition, he does not adapt. But he continued. This is where Indian knowledge systems illuminate the story. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, Karmane vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have a right to action, not to the fruits of action. Devappa was not focused on profit, speed, recognition, or comparison. He was focused on dharma, his rightful duty. In IKS, work is not separate from spirituality. There is no divide between sacred and secular. Cooking can be sacred, teaching can be sacred, repairing a loom can be sacred. When work is done with integrity, without attachment to outcome, as service to society, it becomes karma yoga. Devappa was not repairing wood, he was repairing responsibility. Meanwhile, Raghav chose differently. He sold his farming tools, moved to a nearby town, entered quick trade business. He made fast money. He boosted that. Efficiency matters, speed matters, but tradition is slow. But speed has a hidden cost. Raghav began compromising on quality, manipulating prices, and cutting ethical corners. He chased profit but lost purpose. In the IKS, this is called avidya, ignorance of deeper truth. When work becomes only transactional, it loses soul. Now comes the strength of repaired wood. Months passed, Devappa's repaired loom functioned again, but something had changed. The repaired joints were stronger than before. He had reinforced weak sections, improved alignment, strengthened foundation, and the cloth he now produced was tighter, stronger, and longer lasting. Months later, traders came to the village. They examined the weaver's cloth. It was stronger than before. The repaired loom had taught him patience. Patience had refined his skill, and his skill had deepened his character. The neighbor who chased quick profits was forgotten. The weaver, his cloth traveled far beyond the village. This cloth does not tear easily, one said. It became sought after, not because it was fast, but because it was dependable. Here lies a profound IKS insight. Repairing is not weakness, but repairing is refinement. In modern terms, fixing systems, strengthening culture, mentoring struggling employees, and improving processes may seem slow, but they build resilience. Let me ask you something. What is your broken loom right now? Is it a failing project, a struggling dream, a relationship at work, or your own motivation? Do you repair or do you replace? We live in a culture of shortcuts, quick profits, quick promotions, quick validation. But character is woven slowly. Let us ask ourselves, do we see work negatively as a burden, a salary generator, or a race? Or as positively as contribution, responsibility, or offering? In Indian knowledge systems, work aligns with dharma such that duty, seva as service, and yagna such that sacred offering. The loom was Devappa's altar. The thread was his prayer. When work becomes offering, burnout reduces. Why? Because you are no longer chasing ego validation. You are serving something larger. Let us bring this to today's world. Imagine a company discovers a flawed system. Option 1, ignore it for quarterly results. Option 2, invest time to fix it properly. Fixing may reduce short-term profit, but like the repaired loom, It strengthens long-term sustainability. Or think of a manager mentoring a struggling employee. It takes time. It reduces immediate efficiency but builds loyalty and culture. Karma Yoga leadership asks, what is my duty here? Not what gives me faster reward. When you detach from fruits, it leads to a positive difference, such that anxiety decreases, comparison reduces, and focus improves. Modern psychology calls this flow state. IKS calls it centuries ago as a nishkam karma, action without selfish attachment. Devapa slept peacefully. Raghav lay awake, calculating profits. Who was richer? The broken loom was not misfortune, it was a teacher. In IKS, challenges are not obstacles, they are adhyapak, such that instructors. The loom taught Devappa patience, innovation, reinforcement, and humility. Without the break, there would be no refinement. Similarly, failures refine professionals and setbacks strengthen character. True leadership in Indian thought is not dominance, not control, but stewardship. Devappa saw himself as custodian of weaving tradition. Leaders today must ask, am I a profit maximizer or a value creator? There is a difference. Profit is outcome, value is essence. Years later, Devappa's cloth was known across villages. Raghav's business, one of many forgotten, history remembers those who build lasting value, not those who chase momentary gain. So, here is your challenge for this. Choose one task, just one, and do it as Karma Yoga. From the perspective of this, and which includes your task not just for praise, not for promotion, and not for applause. Do it because it is your responsibility. What you will observe, your focus, your calmness, and your satisfaction. Then reflect. Did it feel different? When your loom breaks, don't abandon your craft. Repair it, refine it, because sometimes it is not the loom that was broken, and it was your patience being tested. And throughout that repair, you weave something stronger than cloth. You weave character. Work is not just what you do, work is who you become, and that is Karma Yoga. If this story resonated with you, share it with someone who needs patience today. Until next time, weave with awareness, work with purpose, and remember every thread matters.